Okay. I'm for real. I'm for real gonna wait for people this time. I'm for real. I'm for real. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so anyway, so I'm back, y'all. And I'm back and I want to talk about a very, very serious situation. And the title of this live is This is the Hardest Level of My Life. And it is. It is. This is the hardest level I have experienced in my whole entire life. Because I thought that when me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, because we was together for 6 years. So when me and my ex-girlfriend had broke up, I had thought that was the hardest thing I was ever gonna do in my life. Or at the time, I thought it was the hardest thing that I would ever have to deal with in my life. But this level that I'm at right now in my life is the hardest level that I've ever had to deal with in my life. And why it's the hardest level I've ever had to deal with in my life? It's the hardest level that I ever had to deal with in my life because I'm now learning that I'm human, which may seem crazy to say, but it's true. Like, I used to feel like people treated me like a robot. Tamika. Hey, Autumn. I miss you. I miss you and all your good stories. But anyway, I feel like this is the hardest level in my life because it's dealing with emotions that you can't just ignore. And I think a lot of times we have as people like come to the conclusion that we're not supposed to hurt or admit when something hurt us. And I'm just now realizing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just now learning that saying that I'm hurt, saying that you hurt me or that hurt me, saying shit like excuse me, trying to control my language. Saying stuff like that is very hard for people to do, especially guys, especially men, because men aren't really ones to be like, she hurt my feelings or that hurt my feelings, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, men internalize a lot of stuff and they hold on to a lot of stuff, and it shows in their next venture because they act a certain type of way because of how they feel instead of saying something hurt my feelings. And me and my family, hey Kyrie, me and my family, especially me and my brother, let me sit off. Especially like me and my brothers and my mom, me and my siblings, period. Like, we are the type of people where 9 times out of 10 when you see us, we are either going to be one or two ways. We going to be happy or we going to be pissed the freak off. Get right. Damn, get right. Anyway, either we're going to be happy or we're going to be pissed the fuck off. And that's because, like, depression runs in my family. So a lot of people be like asking me like, Tamika, why are you so happy all the time? How is you so live all the time? Like, every single day I am fighting a demon because I'm so hard on myself. And I was raised by my grandma. So if y'all know my grandma, then can y'all hear me? Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Let me sit right out. I was raised by my grandma. So if y'all know my grandma, like, my grandma's a pastor. My grandma has always been a control. I don't want to call her a control freak because that's my grandma and I fight you over her. But my grandma has always been like on time with everything. Not even on time, like early. Like, everything got to be in place. So I'm so hard on myself because that's what I know and that's how I was raised. And I was raised in in an environment, like my grandma kind of kept me in a bubble. So I really didn't learn that the world was so really fucked up until I was like maybe 24, 25. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always been spoiled and I always got everything, basically that I want. So now I'm at a place where my feelings are hurt. And it's not a hurt that you can just be like, all right, it hurt. And you keep doing stuff to keep your head above water, like to keep your mind off of stuff. Like you try to keep yourself busy so you don't think about stuff. And that works when it comes to like a relationship or, you know what I'm saying, you losing a job or something. Like eventually all that stuff kind of fades away. It fades out. But my feelings are hurt right now, y'all. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to do that. But now I'm at a place where my feelings are hurt. And no matter what I do, like, they still gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning now that it's okay to feel. It's okay to say I'm hurt or my feelings are hurt, or you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, when they see me, or, when they, even my brothers and my sisters, like, I'm the big sis, you know what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to keep it all together. And I've even had my baby brother tell me before, like, meet you the big sis, like, get it together. And that's how I feel. And then that carries over into with my parenting, because I don't really allow my kids to cry and, have those type of emotions and stuff. But I'm learning now, like, I'm being put in a position where it's like you don't have a choice but to deal with you. And you know how when stuff happens and people hit you up and people are talking to you and people are like, it's okay. You're going to be okay. You got to be strong. You know what I'm saying? You'll get through this. You got this. You know what I'm saying? People say stuff like that. And that make you feel like, oh, I know I got this. I'm finna be strong. But in all reality, like, the truth of the matter is, like, you can't, there's no possible way to be strong all the time. And I've been getting a little breaky. I've been strong for a long time. Like, I wasn't always like this. Like, I was very naive. I was very vulnerable. Like, I was, my grandma kept me, like, sheltered. Like, we didn't watch the Simpsons and Jerry Springers and things of that nature. So as I got into the world, and being that I was a girl raised by other women, my grandma and my aunt, I didn't have a father figure in my life. And so when I moved here to Sanford, and I was 12, and I got a letter, like, was it here? No, we was in Atlanta, but we got a letter basically saying, you know what I'm saying, that my dad had died, and he had died 3 months before we even got the letter. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't get to go to a funeral. So I didn't really have a father figure in my life. I didn't have like a male figure in my life. And even though people be like, oh, you don't need no daddy. Kids don't need no daddy. Like, at the end of the day, for a little girl, like, I'm so grateful that I was raised by the strong women that I was raised by. But at the same time, when you get out there and you start dealing with these guys and doing stuff, like, and for a little girl who's missing that part, you latch on to guys and you latch on to stuff, and you expect them to fill a void that they can't fill for you. And for me, it was like, I didn't have my dad, but I always had my brothers. But I didn't realize until we got older that my brothers kind of sort of, not jihad. So, I mean, jihad, yeah, but I don't think it was as deep as it was with jihad as it was with Snoop. But Snoop, like, it's okay to cry. It's okay. You can come over here and cry and say, I'm not crying, Carrie, shut up. Snoop, I didn't realize, like, me being raised by my grandma and Snoop being raised by my mom, and they went through whatever they went through. Like, I didn't realize, like, that created a silent tension. Like, deep down in his heart, he loved me. I know he loved me, like, because we were best, like, me and Snoop was best friends once upon a time in 94, you know what I'm saying? Like, but when he would get mad at me, like, he would get mad at me. Like, we done had the police called a couple times because we done went to blows. And, you know, he would do little spiteful stuff. So as I got older, I realized that he secretively, I don't want to say hate, but he secretively didn't care for me as much as I thought he did because of my childhood and because of his childhood. So it was just hard. So it was like, you know, I never really had like a stable, secure male figure in my life. So as I got older, you know, I started dealing with dudes and getting involved with boys and stuff, and I would just be so soft and gentle and, you know, vulnerable, because in my head I'm thinking, like, if you're good, if you are a good girlfriend, or if you good to people treat you good. Like, I really believed that. I really thought that that's how it was, but that wasn't how it was. So throughout the relationships and the years and stuff, I started building this wall, and it got to the point where you get to the point where you've been disappointed so much that you don't even realize that you it's a norm for you, so you internalize it. You don't even react to it anymore. Now it's like when it hurts your feelings, you like, all right, fuck it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But deep down it really hurt, and you really got to deal with that type of hurt. So when we got the new manager that we got, and he came in, and it was like he I don't know what to say. Like, when the new manager came in, it was like I already had this like about him, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to try to give him a chance, you know, but it got to the point where it was like I realized that it was nothing that I was doing that was causing the relationship to be wrong. And in the beginning, I did think like, well, maybe Tamika, you just being too tough. Maybe you just being too hard. Maybe you just not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you should just, you know, nod and agree and just do it. But then I started to realize, like, but that's not me. That's not Tamika. Like, that's not how I do things. I don't just ride with shit. Like, I need to feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't just ride with nothing. Like, I'm passionate about everything that I do and everybody that I come in contact with. Like, I'm so passionate about it. So it's like I couldn't just be quiet, and I would have conversations like with my other coworkers and stuff, and it was just like, no matter what I did, no matter how silent I was, no matter, you know what I'm saying, how much I compromised, I ended up still being fucked. And it kind of fucked with my head a little bit, because it's like, you had already told yourself, Tamika, that you would never let another guy make you feel the way that you feel right now. And even though you're not in an intimate relationship with this man is basically asking you to dim your light, to not be so sparkly, so that he can get along with you, or y'all can do that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all, like, all these was paying me good. All this was paying me some money. But it got to the point where it was like, now you gotta make a choice. Like, you gonna sacrifice yourself and your morals and your thoughts and your creativity for this money, for this job, or you gonna just step off, like step away. So in the beginning, it was like, no, fuck that. Like, this is my job. I was here first. Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? But it started fucking with me, and then it was even at a point like, when one time my work brother was like, you know, Tamika, like, pick your battles. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go in here and be saying this and this and this and that, and it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, because I felt like, well, damn, like, you want me to shut up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm the one that everybody come to when it's time to really approach some shit. Because everybody ain't going to be as boisterous as me. So everybody come to me, and then I'm going to go talk to the people And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get this shit done. So when he said it, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, you come to me because you know I'm gonna support you, but what you telling me right now is that I need to stop talking. I need to stop being me so that this guy can feel comfortable. And it kind of fucked with my head a little bit, and it kind of hurt my feelings a bit. And y'all, I ain't even gonna lie, like, I laugh about it and I joke about it, but I cried about that thing, y'all. I cried about that thing, because that thing, that hurt me so bad, because everybody who been watching my story for the past couple of years, like, y'all know how I rock with all these, y'all know how I feel about all these, like, you know what I'm saying, like, the money was good, everything was good, and I worked my ass off to get that manager position. Like, they had promised me the position when I first got hired, and I didn't get the position till a whole year later. So when he came in, and it was like he started messing with my money, and he was messing with my hours, and he was like doing little stuff like to sabotage me or to make me mad, or, you know what I'm saying, to get me to act out of character. For me to finally make the decision, like, I gotta step down, that shit broke my heart. And that shit broke my heart, because that's not how, that ain't what you know what I'm saying, where you see your life at. When you picture your life, before you at this age you at now, when you picture your life, you think about, like, okay, this time I'll be doing this time I'll be doing it, da-da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this man that I was there when all these was built. Y'all know Audi ain't nothing but 2 years old. I was there when all these was built. I helped put the shelves up in Aldi's. So when this man came in a couple months ago and basically just like flipped the whole thing for me to the point where I feel like I gotta walk away from everything I just worked so hard for, that shit broke my heart. It broke my heart, because y'all know, like, you ain't never seen me without a job. So I'm always have a job. So once I got to that level and I got to where I felt like you know what I'm saying, I make enough money with my kids, living lavishly. So for me to have to step down, for me to have to swallow that fucking bullet, swallow that pill, and say, I'm going to walk away with my head held high, because I'm about to fuck them up, and I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm going to walk away. That took everything in me, y'all. Like, everything. And I ain't even going to lie. Like, Food Line had already offered me the job. They had offered me the job a couple times. And I'm like, nah, because it's a pay cut. I'm really taking a big-ass loss. You know what I'm saying? It's a pay cut. So Food Line was already offering me the job. Like, yeah, we want you to come back. This, and I'm like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Even though in the back of my head, I'm thinking, like, I got to get out of all these, because this is not working for me. But I'm like, yo, like, to step down, to go back to where you came from, not only go back, but you stepping down, you taking a pay cut, you everything you just worked your ass off for, everything that you motherfucking did when you came in this store, everything you learned, everything that was going on, I got to step down. I got to step down, and I got to go back where I came from. That shit broke my heart. That shit broke my heart. Especially because it was like, when I had never been in a situation of adversity like that. Like, I had never been in a situation where a man, I'm the only female manager. So everybody else, all the other managers is guys. I'm the only female manager, and I don't really like to throw the race card in there. But I'm a black manager with all these white men. You know what I'm saying? So when the man came through, when he came in and he basically like kind of took over, and he didn't like the fact that I was very boisterous and stuff, and I made a decision that I had to step down, it broke my heart. It broke my heart, but it made it even crazier, because I remember when I had been wanting to leave Aldi's for over a year now, for like a year now. But I never felt like it was anything else was going to give me what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So it got to the point where it was like, all right, I know I don't want to be at Aldi's like that. So I ain't trying to learn shit. We don't got to learn shit. I'm just here to do my job. Don't teach me no new shit. I don't want to know that reset. I don't want to know where they go. I don't want to. I was so adamant that I was like, I don't want to do it. I'm finna go. But God. After I had came to that conclusion that I was not finna learn shit and I was not finna keep going on with all this, I'm just gonna come here, do my job, and take my motherfucking ass home. Like, once I finally came to that conclusion, God put me in a position where I ain't have a choice but to learn it. I ain't have a choice but to learn all this stuff. I didn't have a choice but to figure out how this worked, because he made it a situation where he took my store manager out for, because she went on vacation or whatever, and I had to be the one to fill in the little gaps that she had going on. So it was like I had to learn what's going on. And I ain't lying to y'all. I remember I was sitting in the office like, what are you doing? What? Like, we had talked about this. Like, I had already told you that ain't what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure what's happening here. Like, I want to get out of here. Like, I remember telling him, like, talking to God, like, bro, what is happening? Why are we learning this? We said we didn't want to learn it. And I had to stay. And I stayed for, like, I'm telling you, y'all, like, I've been wanting to leave Audie for about a year now, but I stayed. Until this guy came. And it was crazy the way it happened, because when the guy came, the week he came, that's the week they told me, Tamika, we want you to run the store for a week while Donna's on vacation or whatever. We want you to run the store. And I'm thinking in my head, like, I don't really want to, but, you know, I will. Because all these superiors was boosting me. Like, they one of the reasons why I was still there as long. Because it's like, oh, Tamika, you could be a DM. Don't quit. You in school. You could do this. You could do that. And they had me thinking, like, But then, the week that she went on vacation, I was supposed to run the store, and I already didn't feel it. That's when the new boss came. The new boss came in. So when the new boss came in, the week I was supposed to run the store, I didn't run the store. He took over the store. So that was the first sign. And I didn't catch it as a sign at the time. But that was my first sign right there. So then, me and this dude is not getting along. Like, ain't no way around it, y'all. And before anybody say any motherfucking thing, like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you should just keep your mouth closed. Ain't no way we was finna get along. Because even if I didn't say nothing to him, he would still find a way to come annoy me. He would. And he was the type of person who would just talk, like, laugh in your face, and then do some old sneaky shit behind your back. That's how he was. So, it wasn't no way I was finna be able to fuck with this man. But I kept trying to stick it out. Kept trying to stick it out. Till I got to the point where I couldn't stick it out no more. And Food Line kept offering me a job. And I'm like, nah, because that's a pay cut. Like, nah. On a Thursday, Food Line called me and was like, so what you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know. I ain't really trying to do that shit. The next day, me and the new boss get into a situation. We get into a little altercation or whatever. So I called Food Line like, yeah, all right, let's do this. And it had me fucking baffled, because I'm thinking like, now when I said that I was ready to leave for Audie, God said, no, ma'am. You have something to do. You still got something to do. And I'm just like, what? Why? Hello? Like, you not even listening to me. Like, I don't even know why we keep talking, because you ain't even listening to me. Like, do I need to write it down because you're not hearing my words? But then the dude came in, and it was like I was kind of forced out. So after I got over the fact of it hurting my feelings and making me feel less than a person, I realized, like, that was your time. See. And I ain't trying to get all religious. Everybody believe what you want to believe. But when I was ready to leave Audie's, he was still making me do stuff. Like, I'm like, Lord, I'm going to sit over here in the blue chair. The blue chair breaks, so now I got to sit in the black chair. Why? Like, he was doing stuff like that. And then his man came in, and I had to walk away. I have to walk away, and that shit hurt so bad, but I just had to push that shit to the side and, you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. And then that brings me back to the whole point of this conversation. That was something that broke my heart, but I can move on from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you internalize it. Like, it hurt my feelings, but I ain't gonna tell nobody it hurt my feelings. I'm going to just internalize it and keep it moving. And that's shit that people really be out here doing nowadays. Like, we really be, I can't say you hurt my feelings. I can't say that what you did was fucked up. I can't say that, because that would make it look like I'm weak. That if I say my feelings is hurt. So the best thing for me to do is either cut you off, get mad, cuss you out, whatever the case may be. So you can move on from situations like that. You can move on from a relationship. It might take a little time. But what do you do? What? What do you do when you in a situation where you lost somebody that you really fucking love, and you internalize it, and you try to keep moving, you try to keep going, you try to, you know what I'm saying, keep doing all this extra stuff, but that hurt ain't going away. That hurt ain't going away. And the way me and my family is, the way me and my brothers are, especially me and my brothers and my mom, like the way we are, we ain't the type of people who will let you know that we're sad. We not the type of people gonna let you know that you broke our heart. We not the type of people that's gonna let you know that we're sorry. Like we really don't even say sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like if you knew my brother Snoop and you fell out with him, you know for a fact he don't say sorry. He might just call you and ask you want to go eat or you want to go blow a bag on something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go get drunk. Like we didn't say sorry. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really accept that type of emotion. That sad emotion was like, all right, it happened. Let's keep it moving. All right, it happened. Let's keep it moving. Da 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 da. But at the end of the day, you still got to deal with yourself. So now I'm at a position where it was like I was so much of a robot, and I would always be like, people treat me like a robot. People act like I don't got no feelings, like I'm just supposed to be happy all the time. And now I realize I did that to me. I did that to me. I internalized everything, and I don't show that vulnerable side of me. And my ex-girlfriend even said that one time, and it pissed me off when she said it. It pissed me off like, well, you walk around here like you is just, you ain't got no feelings and stuff. And I'm like, that's how motherfuckers treat me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But at the end of the day, that's my fault. It's my fault that people look at me as though, all right, Tamika, you got to be strong. All right, you know what I'm saying? And I get what everybody's saying. I understand when people say, yes, you got to be strong. You do got to be strong. But what I'm learning right now is that you still gotta embrace that moment. Like, yes, you will probably be okay. Yes, you'll probably find another job. You'll probably get into another relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be perfectly fine. But the problem is you can't skip to that part. You can't skip to, I might be fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be good, so fuck it. You can't skip there. And when you start internalizing stuff and when you start acting like, you know what I'm saying, it didn't hurt you, it didn't affect you, eventually it's going to come out and it's going to hurt you and it's going to affect you. And I'm realizing now, like, as a mom, I don't let my kids cry because I don't cry. Because my grandma never cried. Like, she say she cried, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't seen it. So I'm that way because of how I was raised, and I felt like, you know what I'm saying, we strong women, ain't no reason for my daughter to be crying, ain't no reason. But now I'm realizing with the whole death of my brother and everything, it was like, you can't skip that moment. And there's no way you can skip this moment. It hurt. It hurts. It's gonna hurt. It's always gonna hurt. And you can't run from it. Like, and I realize that now. Like, I realize, like, I used to feel like crying was a sign of weakness, and that's how we were. Like, if you know my brother, you ain't gonna see him cry. Like, that ain't how he get down. That's not how he did shit. That's not how we do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really cry and stuff. But I'm learning now, like, if you don't, it's still gonna come back. Like, you still gonna have that problem. Like, if you don't get over or work through whatever it is that you're going through, when you gonna come to an okay ground. But when that situation presents itself again and it's right there staring you in your motherfucking face and you getting all these feelings and you feeling this and you feeling that, and you just because you skipped the step. You skip a step. You can't skip the steps. And I'm learning that now. Like, I can't skip these steps, and it fucking sucks because I don't like to be sad. I don't like confrontation. Even though I don't come for me, I cuss you the fuck out. But I don't like confrontation. I don't like to be sad. I don't like doing all that type of stuff, especially because depression running my family. So it's like, if you get too sad, we get a little carried away, and then we motherfucking damn all in our feelings ready to kill everybody's boy extra. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't something I want to do. I want to do something different because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when I listen to some of the stories that people tell me about my brother, about Snoop, like, everybody was connected to him in a different way. So everybody got different stories to tell about him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a lot of stories to tell about him. But really, only the people who was closest to him, and when I say closest, like closest, like he really like was that like the only people who really gonna know when we hurting is the people who's closest to us. And that's because that's how we are. We really don't walk around like our feelings is hurt. We don't walk around like, you know what I'm saying, either we mad or we happy. You got two fucking options. You're gonna either piss us the fuck off or we gonna have a good time. Alrighty, and bullshit. But I'm learning now, like, you can't skip them steps. And I feel like with Snoop, everybody say like, oh, it was his time, you know what I'm saying? And maybe it was his time, but I feel like he still had a lot to learn, and I don't think he learned that, and that's why I want us all as people to realize, like, you can't skip that step. It don't matter how many blunts you smoke, how much you drink, how many bitches you fuck, how many niggas you dicking down. Like, it don't matter. Like, none of that shit. At the end of the day, you got to either confront what the fuck is going on, or you just going to have to live with it for the rest of your life. And I feel like my brother really didn't come to terms with that, with accepting it. And I think that was a lot of issues in our family together, like as a whole, because when we would fall out, we would never talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It was never really nothing to talk about. You know, it was like we was just going to link back up and keep it moving and keep it kicking and do what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't really talk about what would happen and what we would do, you know, how we could make the situation better. So us not talking about it, us not identifying with it, meant it was going to happen again. And that's what it would do. You know what I'm saying? We all be cool, and then we would fall out. And, you know what I'm saying? And as far as me and Snoop go, that was my nigga. Like, me and Snoop used to be best friends. Like, when I say we used to be best friends, y'all, we used to, like, just sit on the phone. Like, this nigga would just be sitting on the phone with me, not talking about shit. But we was just talking, just shooting the breeze, and then he'll get a beat. Mika, don't hang up. Don't hang up, man. Don't hang up. Like, we were so fucking close, and we were so cool. And then he got into some shit, and we kind of fell out. You know what I'm saying? We weren't never really close. After that, like, we was cool, but we never, like, he would want to chill with me and stuff, but I couldn't trust him, you know what I'm saying? Because he the type of person who, in a blink of an eye, he can have a fucking attitude, and then he ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the fact that I'm your sister. Like, he ready to fight, and then I gotta fight you, and then we gotta go through all this bullshit. Like, so it was like, we never really got back close the way that we should have got back close. And when I think about it now, like, if we would have just talked, like, if we would have just talked about it, it was really nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we bicker like brother and sister, but he would get so mad and, like, do some real fucked up shit. And I just be like, bruh, like, I can't fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I realized, like, being that I was raised by my grandma and he was raised by my mom, he secretively hated me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even want to say hate. It's just that he had went through so much in his life as a child, and from the outside looking in, it looked like that my life was better than his life, and that's how he looked at it. And Jahad too, but Snoop more. He looked at it like my life was better than his life, and I could never see what he saw because I lived in this bubble ass life, like everything, and they was my brothers. Like, you my brothers, like, you my brother, like, I love you. What's the problem? Like, I love you. Like, what's wrong? Like, it was always a competition between us. Always a competition. Not even between us, between him. Like, if I would get a car, he'll try to go get a better car. You know what I'm saying? If I got a house, he got to get a better house. So he got to get two houses. Like, it was always a competition, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if we would have just talked, like, really sat down and talked about the problems and talked about how we really feel, it really was nothing, because it wasn't my fault that I live with grandma and you live with mommy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't my fault. And I didn't realize that's why he would do the stuff he would do to me. You know what I'm saying? And so basically, I said all that to say, yeah, my throat dry. Hold on. Talking too much. I said all that to say you can't skip the steps. You can't hurt somebody that you love and not communicate about it, not get it out there, not handle the situation, just sweep it under the rug and still expect the same relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm realizing now, like, I'm gonna be okay, but I still gotta embrace this moment. I still have to say out loud that my feelings are hurt. I still gotta say out loud that, shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I can sit here and talk to you about Snook and how close we was and, you know what I'm saying, all the rest of this stuff. But at the end of the day, like, it was what it was and it is what it is. And that's the shit that sucks because it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming to a different level where I'm trying to learn me and figure out what I want to do. And I've been working in retail for the past 15 years and I really don't want to do it. And it's hard to step outside of that realm when your resume is all retail. So motherfuckers really see all retail. So they really not trying to give you another job doing something else. So I be having that struggle. And then y'all know I'm a single mom. And yeah, Jalik dad, he participates from time to time. But I got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, like I don't have an option to fail. I don't get that option. They daddies do. But I don't get that option. If I'm not working, if I'm not making that money, if I'm not making sure, if I'm not, you know what I'm saying, grinding and on my shit, I got two people who gonna fall with me. Like, it ain't just, oh, well, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got to eat today. I don't have to eat today, but they got to eat today, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have that option to fail, to fall, but sometimes you do feel like a failure. You do feel like you falling and it hurts so bad and you really don't know what to do, but you got to be a parent too. You know what I'm saying? And the saying goes, the hardest thing that you probably will ever have to do is heal your heart while you're trying to be a mom. You know what I'm saying? While you're trying to be a dad, a single mom, single dad. Like, so me trying to, like, figure out what's next, figure out life, me trying to, like, figure out how I really feel, like what I'm feeling about Snook, and, me trying to be there for Jihad and for Javonna, you know what I'm saying? My little niece be calling on FaceTime with her little words to me. She ain't got nothing to talk about. But then my niece, you know what I'm saying? Like, she look at me too like Mika. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my aunt. Like, so y'all, I have to be strong all the time. I just left a job where I was a manager and I had to deal with problems and hear people and do stuff, and I get off work at the 8-9 hours and come home and my son want to kung fu fighting, and you know what I'm saying, like, I be under so much stress and pressure, and I don't tell people that, I don't voice people that, I'm not that vulnerable like that to be telling people stuff like that, but I'm telling this because I know, like, going through this and people been hitting me up and like, yeah, I get it, I'm like that too. I realize there's people like me who you internalizing everything in hopes of, like, okay, getting over it, but that's not it. That's just not it. Like, you gotta cry. Like, as much as I hate fucking crying, I hate fucking crying. Like, that, a little bit. That's why I'm kind of annoyed with my brother a little bit, because you gotta do all boo-hoo shit, you know what I'm saying? But I can't skip it. I can't skip it. I can't act like it didn't happen. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it broke my heart to walk away from Aldi's, but I had to. It broke my heart when I finally processed the whole situation with my brother. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. It breaks my heart when I feel like I'm doing everything right and I'm still fucked up. Like, you know, and then people like, oh, you good, you a good mom, you this, you that, you know what I'm saying? But I promise y'all, I don't see me the way y'all see me. Like, I'm a good person, and I like to make people laugh, but at the end of the day, y'all, I beat myself up. I really be beating myself up because, and I feel like I beat myself up because I don't embrace the now. Like, I don't embrace the fact that my feelings are hurt right now. I try to just move on from it, or I don't embrace that something hurt my feelings or something made me feel uncomfortable. I don't embrace that. So at the end of the night, when everything is said and done, and you replaying the day in your head, and you feel like, fuck, I ain't do this, and I could have did this better. I could have did that, and I realized that come from me not dealing with whatever was happening at the time. So now I'm creating my own monster, and I'm upset with people for looking at me like this. Like, oh, I don't have fucking feelings, but it's me. It's my fault. It's my fault. So, I'm going to end this live, but yeah, the whole point of this is like, y'all, we can't skip the steps. You can't skip the steps. You just can't skip the steps. Like, it don't matter what somebody did to you. It don't matter what somebody said to you. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying, if it happened last week, if it happened last month, if it happened 2 minutes ago. Like, you have to deal with the now. Like, I'm not saying being overly emotional. You don't gotta get upset about everything, but you gotta accept it. You have to accept it. You have to accept, you know, and that it sucks, and it kills the fuck out of me because I'm not no weak ass bitch. But I have to accept, like, my feelings are hurt. My feelings are really hurt. You know, I lost my job. Well, I ain't gonna say I lost it. They lost me, but I had to step down. I lost my brother, and I don't even know why. Like, you know, and I gotta be a mom at all times. And it hurts. And it hurts. And it's hard. And I cried in the shower yesterday because I don't like my kids see me cry. So I cried in the shower yesterday because I'm just like, this is hard. Like, I don't even know what I'm finna do next. I got my brother shit going on. Like, my kids. Like, I be ready to shoot up the baby daddy sometime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the hardest fucking level of my life. But all I can do is pray about it and embrace what I feel right now and keep it moving. So this is my story to y'all. This is the point of that was the whole point of the live. I just want everybody to realize, like, you can't skip the step. If it hurt, it hurt. Nobody has the right to tell you it don't hurt you the way that it hurt you. Nobody has that right to tell you how long you supposed to feel some type of way, or how long you supposed to do, or whatever. Like, nobody has that right. You gotta feel it. You gotta go through it. You gotta, like, you have to. If you don't, it's going to come back. It's coming back. And at that time, it's probably gonna really fuck you up. You're like, damn, I thought I was over this. No, bitch, you was not. You just filed it away in that little cabinet, and now it's time to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. Mental health, y'all. It's okay. We can cry. I vouch for it. We can cry. You know what I'm saying? It don't make us weak ass bitches. We just a little emotional. We bleed and we cut and we, piss and shit. So, yeah. Much love. I'm glad y'all watched.